You were born with individual strengths and a unique purpose. Don't let fears, false beliefs, or life's happenings diminish your influence. It's time to live and lead for impact. Host Kirsten Ross, expert of transformation, will help you defeat the drama and overcome the trauma that can stop you in your tracks. You'll gain focus, find confidence, and take bold action. Unleash passionate, purposeful you. Let's go.
Welcome to Live and Lead for Impact. I'm Kirsten Ross Vogel, your host, and this is episode 258. Today, I'm going to be talking about examining your emotions and just a few quick tips to make sure that, you're examining them, but not letting them drive you. I first wanted to start out by saying that emotions are good. They give us important information, but they are different from fact. If your entire life is dictated by your emotions, you may be all over the road. An emotional roller coaster is not amusing for you or those around you. So if you want to make your biggest impact, this is a really important thing to get under control. Moods and emotions can shift with more than just our circumstance. Sometimes we're just eating the wrong foods or lacking sleep. And without healthy boundaries in our relationships, our emotions can swing along with the people in our lives. So misaligned frustration taken out on a coworker, family member, or friend can lead to unnecessary conflict that may require you to go into cleanup mode. And kind of healthier people won't want to spend a lot of time with you. Let's just say that. Even if you're doing a good job with your cleanup, you only get so much leeway. And the emotion of anger can really wreak havoc. You probably already know this, but anger usually isn't even the real emotion. More often, we're actually scared, sad, disappointed, or you might have a bruised ego. Anger can be very toxic. Too often, we can let it build up. 100 tiny offenses left unaddressed to fester can create an atomic bomb-sized blow-up, and the spew will be aimed at the offending party or an unlucky, uninvolved recipient. It could just be the poor person working at the drive-through window. Or maybe your habit is to ignite huge anger over even the tiniest infraction. Small incidents made bigger can have you reacting and angry most of your day. So if that's you, how does it feel to have that much negative energy and anger spewing within and from without? And what do you think it feels like for other people? So not too long ago, I was with a family business client, and they shared that when he visits one of their location, he makes a point to walk around and say hello to everyone. He shared with me that the previous Friday, he continued, "My brother responded with an expletive." So the brother was in the room, and I asked him, why on earth are you responding that way when he's just walking around, saying hello to everybody? The brother, in this sarcastic tone, said, he walks around all cheerful, saying good morning to everyone. It's so annoying. So the story he created in his mind, and I'm totally laughing at this because we humans, we do this. We create a story. So here, the brother is just like, hey, I'm just trying to spread a little cheer. The brother is creating this story in his mind that is igniting just frustration, annoyance, all of that. So the story he created in his mind generated an outburst, not at all consistent with the facts. So the facts are brothers walking around saying good morning to everyone. The response by the brother is to swear and yell. Keep in mind, other people saw this. Not a good look when you're the owners of a business. So you might listen to this and laugh, but I ask, are there times when you're reacting bigger than you need to? I mean, this one's pretty blatant. Sometimes it's not so obvious. And remember, anger takes energy. It's not fun to be around. The waitress forgot your drink. Is that really worth the incensed eye roll reaction? Maybe you can give that person grace and move on with your day. So I ask you to look at your emotions objectively. Never stuff them, of course, but don't treat them as fact. You might have some bad habits about creating this bigger story in your mind out of some smaller things, or excusing away reasons to tuck things away when, you should have at least a conversation and you don't want things building up. So you're not going to treat the emotions as facts, but you want to look objectively at them and see if is there action that I need to take, or can I shift the story a bit? If your energy dips and you're having one of those days, know that it's your choice to stay there or not. So here's some food for thought. Is the focus of the feeling misdirected? Is there a reason beyond my current circumstance that generated this feeling? Have I been triggered by a past hurt? Am I hungry or tired? By the way, these are great things to take notes on. And you'll find the show notes. And, if you're not able to take notes while you're listening for episode 258, but definitely write these down because these are going to be questions that you're going to want to ask yourself if your energy's dipping or if you're tucking stuff away or just blowing up way too fast. And trust me, there's a lot going on in the world right now, So it could very well be some misdirected feelings. So I'm going to repeat the ones and I'm going to go on for a few more. All right. So is the focus of the feeling misdirected? So are you spewing at the dog or the drive-through person or a waitress or a family member versus what really ignited that emotion in the first place? Is there a reason beyond your current circumstance that generated this feeling? Like, are you being triggered by a past hurt? Is it because of all this stuff going on in the world right now? Are you hungry? Are you tired? Is there an alternative way to think about the incident? Could it be funny rather than aggravating? Is someone walking around as a little ray of sunshine and you're just annoyed because you're not? Stop and think about that. And then also, is that small error worthy of your energy? Or can you let it go and move on? But truly let it go on, not stuff it and let it fester. One of my favorite saying is don't let anyone zap your joy. So even if someone else is being kind of annoying or they're frustrated, they have negative energy, do you really want that to seep into your day? Why let a small something put a damper on your day? You get to choose. And then is there action? Speak up when it's warranted. Don't let a buildup of small things that could be handled one at a time and be basically nothing create a future volcano. How many great days are you losing as you collect those annoyances rather than address them? And that's the other thing. If you're not addressing them at the time, one, you're kind of collecting them like this little pressure valve. Whereas if you just addressed it in the moment, it would be over and done with. But also you're using energy to try to remember to bank it against that person or organization or just for when you feel like being in a really down mood. But it's taking energy and creating negativity just to kind of store it somewhere. Because you do store it in your mind and, a lot of times in your body too. Here's a rule that I try to live by. And again, I'm not perfect, but if I'm not willing to talk about it, it must not be worthy of my energy to be mad. So that's a good one. I want to ask you, where are you letting emotions get the best of you? Do you have anger you need to release? Do you have requests that you need to make or conversations that you need to have? If there are some smaller building things that you haven't yet addressed, take a look at that. Do some work there. I promise that your impact will be greater if you can harness all of your energy towards the good things. So thanks so much for joining. I hope you took notes. And if not, again, you can find everything I talked about in the show notes for today. You can find those by going to defeatthedrama.com, click on the podcast tab and go to episode 258. And if you haven't already joined my Impact Academy, I encourage you to do that. You can go to myimpactacademy.com/join. You get 2 weeks free, tons of content, audio, PDF downloads, video, and time with me via Zoom every other week. We have a ton of fun and we go through some great content and tons of strategies. And you get to ask your questions. So we have great interactions there. So again, I hope to see you there. It's myimpactacademy.com/join. And it's just taking all your work up a notch by joining that academy and getting that extra time. There's also time to network with some really great leaders who are making a difference in the world. So I hope to see you there. Take care.